Hello internet, it's Olivier. Today the shop looks a mess and I am wondering why I keep making these videos since I'm getting no views, but let's just carry on. So I don't think this looks very good. I've got garden tools, I've got carpentry tools, and I've got a little bit of paint stuff around, and I want to make this a bit of more of an art studio. So first I started with tidying up everything because it was a bit of a mess. It's so easy to let the workshop get into a mess. Okay, so it looks a bit more decent at the moment. I've cleaned up a bit. Now I'm gonna do a Jesus piece here over these walls, and I think that should look pretty cool. I'm gonna put that on time lapse and see how we go later on. My daughter and I will do a bit of artwork here. Very nice. Right, so I put this on time lapse. The reason I've been doing a lot of videos lately is because God has told me to do more videos. It may be surprising to some of you, some may not believe or whatever. But I was sort of thinking, I don't have enough work, what's going on? And God told me that I needed to do more videos. So I did, and I do. So now I'm doing loads of videos. I felt like graph was missing because I've always liked graph pieces and, you know, those colors and those shapes. So I wanted to do a bit more. I think graph, you could say, is abstract by nature because you could do whatever you want. You could do the JESUS in whatever way you want. Somebody else will do it differently, and there's no right and wrong. I mean, some things look more pleasing than others. When I started doing letters, I was doing like your typical, you know, proper letters with your block, your 3D, all that stuff, and then sort of went to a bit more 3D, and then I kind of stopped and then did the portraits and the animals and most of the stuff that I do now. But whenever I do letters, I kind of like to have it a bit sloppy and clean at the same time. This piece was very liberating. I mean, I just forgot about any of the rules, and there are many rules in graffiti, which is interesting because it's kind of an anarchy sort of thing, and you'd think you could do whatever you want, but no, people remind you there are loads of rules. Anyway, in this piece, what I wanted to do is just slap on a lot of colors, and then I always like to clean it with a nice black outline afterwards. And I sort of went off at the end with the highlight, and I really like what they look like. This made me laugh. I was just thinking, I'm not going to move anything. I'll just paint over everything. I don't care. These doors and walls, I mean, it's very 3D. Nothing is flat. I painted on the ceiling and on the walls, on the floor. Didn't really care. I just sometimes this is the thing when you paint figurative, like say you paint a portrait, you have to stick to the portrait and make it look as good as you can and stick to your reference. I mean, of course, you can have your own style. You know, like many artists have their own styles and their own touch, but you sort of want it to look like what it's supposed to look. But when you're doing graph, oh man, it's just, there's so much freedom. It's so nice. But even though I like to show a bit of technique, so this black line and the white shows a bit of technicality. I don't want it to be too sloppy. I kind of wanted it a bit sloppy on purpose. I didn't want it too clean. This piece, I wanted it a bit chaotic. And I think it looked great. I mean, I'm really happy with the result. It's interesting because before, people who were painted for, and then people said, no, you're, as an artist, you have to paint for you. And it was true for a few years. I started painting for me, you know, like, oh, if I'm pleased with it, then that's cool. And now I paint for God. Like if I think God might be pleased with my work, then that's the highest form of validation, basically. If I do a piece that, you know, people like, but I think God might think it's not great and I could have done better, then I failed, you know, in a way. So I kind of feel the stakes are higher, and it doesn't really matter what people say or what even I think. So I think it's a different approach. I want to do a bit more work regarding my faith. So I've, you know, Jesus pieces. I can do mistaches. The letters are fine. Olivier, the letters are just awful. I can't do any graph with that. I try, but it's just so bad. But I kind of want to introduce a bit more graph in my work. I kind of miss it. I miss the letters. There's so much politics in it that I sort of stayed away. But to be honest, I mean, you're going to get people having an opinion, positive or negative, regardless what you do. Whatever. Dice, if you're watching, whatever. My friend Dice is always saying that I say whatever a lot in the video. I should have a counter. By the way, there's going to be a video with Mr. Dice himself. We're going to do a collab soon, I think in a week or two. So look after that. I mean, if you're into graph letters, you should really check out his channel, because I really like his letters. They're very different. They're very clean. What he does is very how would I describe it? Like the edges, the work itself is clean, but the letters look powerful and strong in a way. I really like his work. Go check it out. But in this case, I mean, I went the opposite way. I went very, very loose, even painting over the display and everything. I looked at my display and I was like, why is it grey and boring? So I wanted to slap on some colors. And now when I work in there, it looks really cool. I started a canvas, like a homemade, semi-homemade canvas. And I was just looking at the background of all the colors, and it looks so cool. I love it. So I think that's what was missing in my work, like the portraits and the cars and stuff. I think it's just too clean, and I find it a bit boring. So, I find following Jesus is supposed to be a joyful adventure. I mean, there's obviously struggles in it, but I find colors really reflect that. And if my work is just boring and grey, then I'm not really reflecting Jesus in my work. So I thought, do you know what? It's time to add some colors. Oh, I hear my baby's waking up, so we're going to pause this time-lapse, and I'll pick this up in a bit. And we're back. Lily, tu veux dire bonjour? Tu dis bonjour? She's waving. Okay, so where was I? So now I'm just adding some black to this whole piece. Don't stop it. And Papa is painting. I think this is the most important, personally, the cutting in with your outline and then doing the white highlights afterwards. It pretty much makes your piece. When there I did a bit of green. It wasn't really what I wanted to do. I wanted to be honest, I wasn't sure what I was doing, which is cool. I think sometimes when you have too much of a plan when you're doing a piece, it can get in the way more than anything. So even when I'm doing say if I'd sketched this, if I've done the proper piece, I don't really look at the sketch afterwards. In a way, once you've sketched it, as long as it's a few days ago and it's still fresh in your mind, you remember the shapes that you were going to do. This is one thing I don't love about painting portraits and animals and whatnot. You have to constantly look at the phone or your printout or whatever. You can't just paint freely. You always have to refer to what was in there. With the piece, I've cut out most of it in this case, but I move back and forth a lot. That's all you have to do, really, is just move back and forth to see what you're doing, as opposed to constantly checking your reference. I mean, some people prefer to look at their sketch when they're doing a piece, and that's cool as well. I just like to work a bit more freestyle, I guess. I wasn't too happy with how the cap worked. For some reason, like, some caps work fine and some don't. Are you okay there? She's coughing. Some caps, this is the one I use the most, is the hardcore cap, and it works great. It's just sometimes, like most caps, after a while they stop working properly. So there's a bit of a funky shape to it. But I love the glass or gloss effect. Hang on one sec. Lily, viens bébé. Anyway, like I said, I don't really get that many views, so it doesn't matter if it's not a polished video. Yeah, I really like it when there's like a reflection, like a gloss effect onto the piece. It's not the most glossy I could have done, but I think it adds quite a bit of interest doing it this way than just having funky colors, which is also cool. And yeah, I think it's a shame with graph, you know, there's so many rules. When I started this, I thought, oh, that's going to be cool. Everybody's going to be, you know, appreciative and, you know, supportive, and you can do whatever you want because it's, you know, whatever. But boy, was I wrong. There's so many rules. There's so many great artists. I think the best artists are the ones that don't really listen to, you know, what other artists say and what should be done in what way and all that nonsense. I think, you know, you just have to unplug. Whoops. Yeah, this happens a bit sometimes. I thought I'd leave it because just to show you it's never perfect when you're doing it. Okay, you'll have to excuse the sound, but we're eating crackers. It's funny, every time my daughter sees a piece now on TV or whatever, she goes, Papa! Like she knows that he's an artist. Tu manges un crackers? Cracker. Tu sais dire cracker? Cracker. Et tu sais dire de la peinture. Peinture. You can say spray paint. Anyway, where was I? Highlights. I think this is definitely... Can you make less noise? I think this is definitely true when you're doing a portrait or anything figurative. You have to keep the black and especially the white for the very last minute. You can use black. It's still better to use dark brown if you're doing a portrait, and then keep the black to the very last. But definitely white. You want it to be in the very last 5 minutes of your piece, as a figurative thing. When it's letters, I guess also, because you can't go whiter than white. So it's good to keep it to the very last minute. With this wiggly line, I kind of thought that could be interesting. Like I said, this, like, normally when I do pieces, it's not as chaotic as this, but I wanted it to be very loose and whatever. And I think it looked pretty cool. So I'm just tightening up a few things. Hey, can you stop making so much noise with your cracker? And my studio looks really cool now. It's really colorful. It doesn't really show so much in the video, but when I walk in now, it's especially the angle of the GoPro on my head. It's not helping. But when I walk in now, it's really colorful. And I don't know, for some reason, I decided to sign it Mr. Shiz. I think following the advice of Mr. Dicer, I'm going to be using both my names, Mr. Shiz and Olivier, because why not? And that's the finished product. Qu'est-ce que t'en penses? T'aimes bien? C'est beau? T'aimes bien les couleurs? More interested in eating? T'aimes bien? Qu'est-ce que t'en penses? C'est beau?